Yeah, so I sent you I I started talking about like what I wanted to discuss in the lesson. And actually I was texting you on my phone, sorry for the TMI, whilst taking a 2 hour long bath. I went out and I went so many places today and I came back and I was like, I just want to take a bath. So then I was looking and I saw my finances and I'm like, oh, great. I could do one more session with Hayden. Plus, you're always very kind because you quite often send me all this free stuff to look at free stuff. There's been times where you and I have gone like more than 30 minutes over a session and you haven't charged me. So I appreciate that a whole lot. Truly, I do. And anyway, I thought like, you saw my two emails. I sent the one about wanting to focus on uh, overcoming fear and OCD. And
Yeah.
I know for certain the OCD is tied into my phobias, which we've discussed before. But this is more about the overcoming part, the keyword being overcoming. But as I was, lounging in the bathtub, I thought, I also really want to, we've mentioned Manny's name before, but I really want to go in depth with that as well, because of the fact that the both of us have talked very, very intently with each other for very lengthy periods about how we do both want a stronger friendship. And the good side for him is that he's not as like ascended or as progressed because I've worked with you for so extremely long, but and Susie, um, but he has really improved a lot in a variety of different ways. Manny has improved. He's still a work in progress, but at the end of the day, aren't we all?
Yeah.
But I did want to definitely focus on those. Then, as you noticed, I threw in resistance bottles too. But I will be honest with you, they weren't very strong resistance bottles. I've had some where I'm like disgusted and revolted by it. These ones are like I can feel resistance. The duality bottle more so. Now, I found that interesting that the duality bottle came up as resistance, but it also came up in my email to you about Manny's.
Hmm.
Anyway, I will stop blabbing on, but
Okay, no, that's interesting to hear because, of course, the duality bottle, a lot of people pick that out as being something that they are resisting. And that's because it's the shadows. And of course, if we look at the
yeah,
meaning of duality, it guides you to integrate both your light and your shadow,
yeah,
releasing the illusion of separation. So it helps you to understand that you're both and both are divine. So both the light and the dark aspects of
yeah.
the duality bottle. Um,
Yes.
and that's why a lot of people resist it because they can't accept that their dark is just as divine as their light. It's just finding that sort of middle ground with it, you see.
Yes. Well, and I found it interesting because I picked the duality bottle. Excuse me, sorry. I picked the duality bottle as excuse me, sorry. My TV keeps flipping pictures and it's driving me crazy. But I have this OCD thing about I don't want to turn it off and I'd rather not. I do fight OCD compulsions, but I'd rather not do it now because I want to stay relaxed and focused for
Yeah.
the appointment, our appointment here. I just found it very interesting that I picked the duality bottle as a resistance bottle. Then, as you saw, I sent the email about Manny and I and our friendship well after that email. And what was interesting is I picked, okay, which bottles represent Manny, which bottles represent our friendship, which bottles represent me. Now you notice with the love anchor bottle, there was an that was represented for me and our friendship, which was interesting. But noticed also that the duality bottle, I picked it as duality bottle and the white pearl bottle was the ones I picked representing Manny. And I found that interesting because the duality is also the bottle I picked for resistance. That was a lot wordier than it needed to be. I apologize. And I think the reason why is because I always see two sides of Manny. The
Mhm.
goofy, happy, go lucky. I have a great idea, Manny, all of that versus the other side of him that you don't care about me, everybody hates me, I'm going to be a grouch, you know,
It
that
makes
side.
perfect sense. It really does,
Yeah.
and I guess that in that whole equation, it's about okay, so how can you start perceiving the bit that you're judging about Manny in a different light? Because
Yes.
it's judgment that keeps you in separation, isn't it? So, it's
Yeah.
like looking
So
at both
just,
aspects of him as being perfect for what they are at this point in time.
sorry, could you say that one more time?
Yeah, so it's about looking at both aspects of Manny, both parts of him that you're judging as good and bad, looking at them both as being perfect, instead of going into judgment because it's the judgment that keeps you in separation.
Yes. So my homework, my goal is to not judge Manny when he's being like, everything is your fault, I've never done anything wrong type of thing.
Yeah, I guess, it's not about you taking that on board and believing what he's saying, but it's about you moving out of judgment of him when he's in his shadow.
Oh, okay. I understand the difference.
Yeah, good. Okay. Well, look, what we'll do then is we're going to start this process today. And, because this is going to bring up, it's the focus really is about you overcoming fear and OCD. And of course, this will reflect into the relationships that you're involved with as well, with Manny and outside of Manny as well. So,
Okay.
the fear and OCD really is the core crux of all of this because you can't really ever hope to change another person. All you can
Yeah.
really ever do is work on yourself, and through that
Sure.
process you set yourself up as a beacon of light that then inspires the external other, i.e. Manny or other people in your life to step up and create change within their own lives as well.
All right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, true.
So, what's wonderful about, like when we look at your uh, sun and moon both being in Capricorn, this is good for you because it gives you a grounded, structure seeking but also perfectionist tendencies. Your
Yeah.
rising Leo wants to be seen and loved and to shine authentically. Your cusp Sagittarius influence is the freedom seeker, the visionary, and that's your higher mind. And then your ruling three is your creative communicator. It brings in the joy frequency for you. And of course, then the day number five is all about freedom, change, and it impacts the nervous system. So that's often why, you sort of live on nervous energy. This year, as we mentioned before, you're in your personal year eight, which is about empowerment, mastery, releasing control, and standing in your sovereignty. So, of course, money issues will always come up during a personal year eight. It's where you look at your finances, how you're making money, how you're spending money, and how you can refine all of that. Now, your human design is a 5-1 emotional generator with split definition. And you've got the left angle cross of confrontation as well, with your authority being emotional. So it's about gaining clarity over time, not in the moment. So you find that you gain clarity through reflection.
Yes.
Digestion come up, which is high and smell, and your motivation is need. Perspective is personal, and then we can also see your other channels as well. So what I've done is I've weaved in all of those aspects into the session today to be able to help you to go through this process of releasing a lot of this fear that you've got and the OCD, but I've also brought in the vibration of the bottles that you chose as well. So it's been completely tailor-made to what you need right now.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
And I'll help you understand it as I guide you through this. So the first,
Did it help you? Oh, I just had a quick question. Sorry, all right. Did it help you when I chose bottles that I felt represented Manny, our friendship, and myself, and for you
yeah,
to see that overlap there?
yeah, it
And
did.
it was crazy when I picked like the white pearl bottle from Manny. I didn't read the description. That's not how you do it. You just pick up subconsciously.
Yeah.
I read it after and I'm like, yeah, this is very keen. And I don't know why I had more bottles than he did. No, probably because you understand yourself best.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
and I read some of it. I was like, no, it just totally makes sense.
That's exactly it. So, you can really trust your inner guidance system with the mirrors. And what it's done for you subconsciously, it's helped you understand your relationship dynamic at a higher level. And I think that that's important because it's not just about your humanness. It's about, the soul connection, the higher self connection, any karmic imprints that are there as well. And of course, it's
Yeah.
playing itself out as a relationship dynamic which fluctuates between codependency and like being non-existent. So there is this very unique dualistic dynamic that's taking place that brings about aspects of separation in both you and him.
Oh, all right.
All right. So we're going to ground you. So the objective for the first bit is just to ground and calm your nervous system and anchor your energy in the present moment and establish safety for you. So I just want you to begin by just closing your eyes, Megan, and then just do some nice deep conscious breathing. And so taking a nice deep breath in, holding and breathing out anything that no longer serves you. And then breathing in peace as a white light, holding and breathing out anything that no longer serves you as a dark cloud. And breathing in peace as a white light, holding and breathing out anything that no longer serves you as a dark cloud. So each time you're breathing, it's almost like a dualistic breathing that you're doing. You're breathing in peace as white, and you're breathing out dark and anything that is tension or anxiety as a black energy. Breathing in white, breathing out black, and breathing in white, and breathing out black. So just getting into that rhythm to begin with. And I want you to just imagine now that Archangel Raphael, the essence that you chose that also brought in some resistance, is around you. And I'm just going to spray some Archangel Raphael around you as you're going through this process. And this is going to help with heart expansion and self-compassion. And I want you to smell that beautiful vibration of Raphael. And as you do that, I'm going to also spray some power essence around you as well. That beautiful golden power essence. And I want you to just smell the power essence and know that this is activating your smell digestion and signaling to your body that it's time to receive. And then I want you to visualize roots grounding you into the earth's crystalline core. So they are growing out the bottom of your feet and going deep, deep down into the earth. And this is stabilizing your Capricorn energy. Really anchoring yourself on the planet, stabilizing what you truly need. And then affirming to yourself, I am safe to let go of control
I am safe to let go of control
and trust the flow of life.
and trust the flow of life.
I am safe to let go of control
I am safe to let go of control
and trust the flow of life.
and trust the flow of life.
So the power essence then reconnects you to sovereignty and your authentic strength. And the magic essence invites lightness and play to soothe fear and obsessive thought loops as well. So we're going to bring in the magic essence. I know because you had very powerful reaction to the magic essence before. You can see here that this really does bring in the energy of Merlin the magician. And it's this beautiful sort of pale olive green essence with gold sparkles running through it. And this is what your soul is craving right now is the lightness and to play and to soothe the fear and the obsessive thought loops. So I'm going to spray some magic around you now as well. And I
The
want you to
crazy
just,
the crazy part is that I wore, sorry to interrupt you, but this is exciting. I put a jacket on today that was that color, the magic color, and because it was rainy and a bit cool today. And I went for I woke up and the higher power told me, put that color on. And I said, I think I want to wear my jean jacket again. As I wore my jean jacket yesterday, and I was like, I want to wear it again. And I took it off the hanger and told me, no, put it back. Put that color on. Now, isn't that funny that I wore that all day today until I came home in the evening? And that was like the most powerful color I picked out of all the bottles.
it's good, yeah, because this is all about fresh new spring rebirths. So olive in color therapy not only brings in magic, but it helps to dissolve away those obsessive thought loops. And that's what's creating the OCD. It's when you have the loops of the same thoughts going round and round and round in your head. So the
Yeah.
magic essence is perfect for that, but also the color olive is good because it brings in the fresh new spring rebirths.
Yeah. And it was
Yeah.
pale like that, very like a light color.
That's beautiful. That's really good. So, you're really trusting your intuition there. Now we need to understand the pattern. All right. So, are we going to bring awareness into the structure of your fear and your OCD through your blueprint? All right. So, as a Capricorn double, that means that you've got your Capricorn sun and moon. Your mind seeks order, safety, and control. So, OCD is the shadow of that need for structure. All right.
Yes,
Does that make sense?
perfectly.
Yeah. So also your day number 5 and your 5-1 profile in human design both crave freedom and certainty simultaneously. So you need freedom and certainty. Yeah. And that creates this push-pull of fear versus liberation.
Yes, and it's also because this is where the duality comes in
Yeah.
with the friendship, is the fact that I need a schedule and we stick to the schedule. The only thing I'm going to vary it with is, oh, I'm feeling a bit hungry. Do you mind if we get a bite to eat? Sure, I'm up for getting food anytime. And I'm not the type of jerk who's be like, well, we weren't gonna go out to eat. Like, there's some people who are like that. And I look at them and go, how would you like it if you were hungry? That's the only time I will, and not, oh, well, can we go downtown to, find a place that you're around. That's the duality. I like a schedule and we stick to the schedule. What are we doing? We're gonna go to Lancaster. We're gonna look at the shops. We're gonna go out for some lunch there and go see a play, and we are coming home. It's out of my comfort zone. Boom, there we go. We have it all set. Manny is the opposite side. Oh, okay, we'll do that. That sounds great. Oh, hey, guess what? My friend just called me. My pal, I haven't seen him in a while. He wants to know if we want to go to this club. No, Manny, I don't want to change plans at the last minute. All right, well, you call your dad and have him pick you up, and I'll wait till like and it's just sort of like that is the thing. He is spur of the moment.
Mm.
I am the we go on holiday and we have every day planned and we know what we're doing and we have it all well in advance. That is my holiday. His holiday is take my money, woo, do whatever you want. I don't know, whatever my mood tells me. Yeah, that is
Yes.
where the polar
So there's a
opposite comes.
there's a basic almost like an incompatibility in the way that you operate and live life because you need structure, certainty, but you crave freedom as well. Whereas he's spontaneous and he will go off on out on a limb and that drives those insecurities and those fears
Extremely.
versus liberation.
We're both Leo ascendant. However, he is a Cancer with an Aries moon, if that
Mm.
helps you at all.
Yeah, yeah, it makes
And
perfect sense.
there is overlap, like in our whole birth charts or astrology charts. There's multiple overlaps, but that is just a big thing there.
Yeah. Well, this is what's triggering the fear and the OCD within you, you see, and that's why it's coming up. So remember that you're also in your personal year 8, and the lesson is inner authority during this year for you. So it's about overcoming fear by mastering rather than controlling life. All right. So it's about overcoming fear, but
I don't, what's the difference? See, that's my problem. My mind doesn't know the difference between controlling life and mastering life. It sees
well,
it as it sees it as the same, but
okay.
it's clearly not.
It's not. I mean, mastering life is where you are releasing the need to control, and it's about going with the flow. So, in a sense, Manny is reflecting back to you an aspect of yourself that you wish that you could be. Yeah, because this spontaneous, it's like he can go with the flow. So you love this about him, but it also makes you realize how much that you're not like that. So this is why the
Yeah.
duality comes up. So he's
I do
mirroring
like
back
to,
to you.
well, I do like to go with the flow, and I think subconsciously that is one thing, as you just mentioned, that I wish I could be more like Manny and have that. The problem, though, Hayden, is the fact Manny has gotten himself into scenarios. Two quick examples: calling me at 1:30 in the morning. Hey, I decided to stay out much later. I had someone come to pick me up, but I told him I still wanted to stay here. I wanted to go see a really late night movie. Well, that's great if he goes, but now I realize I don't have any funds. And luckily, he was only in Orchard Park, so he wasn't too far. This is when he was still living here. And, I was like, oh, he's like, do you have any money you could lend me? And I did, but here's the problem. The Zelle thing, the app was not working and it was down till 3:30 in the morning. He eventually got someone else to pick him up, but he was there until like 3:15 in the morning in a shopping plaza where all the lights are dark and there's not a single soul in sight. And he's stuck out there. And the other time we were together and we had just moved back to East Aurora from living downtown and he wanted to stay out much later, I would tell him, look, Manny, it is 1 o'clock in the morning. I am more than ready to leave the clubs. We've had enough. Okay, we're done. Nope. 3:30 in the morning. Here we are at 3:30, and I'm running up Delaware Avenue in downtown Buffalo, literally chasing after the very last ride that can take us out of the city back to the suburbs. And it was this guy who he's like, I don't get COVID shots. He had his windows rolled down. It was winter and he's smoking cigarettes. And I'm like, okay, but at least he's got, taxi on his car. And I'm like, thank God I'm with Manny because I like that's my thing. And it's like, Manny. He goes, oh, well, at least we got home, live a little. Well, I don't mind freedom. That's one thing. But it's a whole other thing where, like, those are two examples that ingrained in my mind where I'm just even years later, here we are. And I'm like, I don't ever want to get in such a predicament again. Like,
Yeah.
no, thank
Yeah.
you. But it's interesting because he's recently mentioned that he's not so much into the clubs anymore and he's more like into museums and exploring and stuff like that. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be so chatty. I told myself not to be. But I don't mind freedom and sort of going with the flow type of thing, but it has to be within reason.
Yeah, of
It
course.
really has to be within reason.
Well, you see, this is interesting because your emotional authority requires surrender to your emotional wave. So your OCD emerges when you try to bypass or fix feelings instead of feeling them. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's when it emerges. It's when you try to bypass or fix feelings instead of just feeling them. So, the color mirror's reflection into that is the duality bottle, helps you to see your fear as a polarity rather than as an enemy. Okay. So it helps you to see that fear as polarity rather than your enemy. But also ask yourself this question: where am I resisting the shadow within me that's asking to be loved? All right. So where are you resisting the shadow within you that's asking to be loved?
That's a really challenging question. Where am I resisting the shadow in me to be loved?
That's asking to be loved. So just look at the bottle, right?
Okay.
And then just
Does it say
imagine
my
that you're holding this essence in your heart, and just imagine the magenta light is merging the two sides of the self into oneness. Okay, so just
okay.
imagine that, and then ask yourself the question again: where am I resisting the shadow within me that's asking to be loved?
Well, I got a physical, I'm not really sure this is the correct answer, but I got the throat and the head.
So in your throat and in your head.
Yeah, but it was really challenging to get that answer, to get that reply.
Okay, and for what purpose are you doing that?
I'm not making it challenging. It's just sort of something that I never self-reflected on. So even at a subconscious or a higher power level, it's just really challenging to reply to.
But for what purpose are you resisting the shadow within you that's asking to be loved? For what purpose? So you're holding it in your head and then in your throat.
Oh, oh, interesting. My subconscious mind came up with the answer, with the reply. It's so I don't lose control.
So you don't lose control.
Yeah, that's what it told me.
Okay, good. Okay, so you don't lose control. So now we're going to move into the next part of this process, which a color healing process. And here we're going to activate alchemical transformation through visualization and guided color immersion. So we're going to look at the bottle number 12, first of all, which is Heaven on Earth, which you chose as being one of the bottles that is connected, to your fear and OCD. So this bottle here, I want you to imagine that those two colors are placed at your crown and at your base chakra. All right. So the crown, which is violet, the base, which is red. And I want you to visualize violet light descending into your red roots. Okay. Because what this is going to do, it's going to bring harmony between the higher and lower selves. So all you're doing here is just imagining that you're bringing violet light descending into your red roots.
Okay,
Okay. So just
right.
close your eyes, see the violet light moving down through your crown and going down, down, down through your body, all the way down and into your red roots, all the way down into the red. And you're bringing harmony between the higher and lower selves as you do this. And then I want you to just affirm to yourself as you're doing this, I release all beliefs that the world must be perfect before I can be at peace,
I release all beliefs that the world must be perfect before I can release,
before I can be at peace.
before I can be at peace. Sorry, I'm my brain was thinking release control.
Well, that's it. So I release all the beliefs that the world must be perfect before I can be at peace.
I release all of the beliefs that the world must be perfect before I can be at peace.
Exactly. Okay. So it's about letting go of the control that the world has to be perfect before you can be at peace. Violet washing down into your red, violet washing down into your red. Okay. And then open your eyes again. So we can see that
Like
there,
I need to
that's
say
very
that.
connected to, you having the judgment on everything needing to be perfect before you can just be happy.
Yeah, I feel like I need to say that mantra one more time.
Okay.
Um, and I have to remember it again.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So just closing your eyes and just saying, I release all beliefs that the world must be perfect before I can be at peace.
I release all beliefs that the world must be perfect before I can be at peace.
You got it.
Sorry, it's one downside of a late night session is you probably think I'm a little slow, but I actually learn extremely quickly. But it's the downfall of doing night sessions.
Yeah, no, I understand. Look, it's fine. It's sometimes if people ask me to recite things, it's like you sort of think you're going to be able to do it, and then your brain turns to fog. It's it's just life, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay, so
but I do have a question for
yeah, go
you,
for
and
it.
this is a bit of an ego having a control question. Are you telling me though that I need to become comfortable with Maddie doing either two things? Number one, say we go a bit out of my comfort zone and we're in Lancaster, and he goes, I don't really like the menus around here at all. I want to go downtown. And I know because I'm psychic and intuitive that he's just doing that because he wants to be downtown and he's not truly actually looking at the menus in Lancaster. That's example number one. How am I supposed to react to that? Like, let's say it's spur of the moment. Nah, I want to go downtown. I don't like the restaurants here. Spur of the moment. And let's say that's at a normal time, 5 o'clock dinner time. That would be extremely out of my comfort zone because I want to expand my comfort zone, not baby steps anymore. I'm done with baby steps.
Okay.
Hence why I mentioned Lancaster, but downtown way more because then we're gonna get stuck doing this and this and this and this. And my second example is, are you telling me that I would have to put up with something like that example before of, hey, I don't have a ride and I don't have any money and it is 1:17 or 1:37 in the morning. Like I just don't want to get stuck in one of those crazy predicaments where it's sort of like I have to release control, but I guess I'm asking you like, do I have to tolerate, you know, drastic schedule changes? Or
It's
getting
about
stuck in that predicament of being stuck in the middle of the night far from home. I
it.
do not want to deal with that ever
No,
again.
it's not about tolerating it or submitting to it, but it's about not
Oh,
judging. It's about not judging it. So it's about you going, okay, so if that's what he wants to do, then fair enough, you know? But if it's not what I want to do, I have the power to say no. It's like it's up to me whether I want to do something or not. But I'm not obliged to do anything I don't want to do. But
okay.
yeah, so and that's
But
not
what if
about
he
you
does
releasing.
that but what if he does that because he's extremely spur of the moment type of person, but then I don't have a ride back? Because that's the problem. He thinks like, oh, call somebody and they'll pick you up, but that's not always going to be the case.
Yeah, that's it. So, it comes back to just a basic incompatibility with desires on nights out. So it's almost like, have you not got other people then you could maybe go out with that don't inspire the same sense of dread? You know, so
Yeah.
because it's not, it's almost like saying, well, look, it's fine if you want to do that. I'm not going to judge you for doing it. You go off and do it.
Right.
But for me, it's not really my thing. So I probably won't do
Precisely. And that's the thing, like you told me, you can't change other people, but what I truly need from him, that I've been fighting with him for years, is I need you to promise me. And the problem is deep down a subconscious level, I don't have trust of Manny. And he asks me that. He says, I love you deeply. I care about you. And he's like, yes, I have fucked up in the past. Sometimes he doesn't admit it verbally, but he admits it through body language. Um, I've known him 21 years, I can tell. Um, but anyway, my point is he's just like, I do truly care about you. Why don't you trust me? And it goes back to the prior stories because you are extremely spur of the moment. And when he gets it in his head of, I don't know if this is a cancer thing or whatever, but when he gets it in his mind that he wants to do something, Nobody can change his mind. And that's the problem. That is the problem. And if he could show me that he's like, yes, we will go to Lancaster, we will go to lunch, we will do the shops. I will not changing spur of the moment. We wouldn't be sitting here 3 years later still dealing with this.
So it comes back to trust. You know, that's the other bottle that you chose. You chose the whale, bottle 34, which is
Yeah.
turquoise over blue. And this helps to move to heart and throat. So this is the turquoise light washes away any guilt and it invites you to trust your inner flow. So it's about imagine swimming in a vast ocean of consciousness connected to the wisdom of all beings. So this really is about you trusting your own inner flow. So irregardless of whether or not you trust Manny, it's about you trusting your own inner flow.
Now it's interesting because I have the issue with trust when it comes to my driving far phobia and why I'm, breaking those loops because the OCD is extremely tied into it. And, just breaking those loops and trusting myself more. And as you told me in previous sessions, just go for it. Just get in the car and just go for it.
Yeah, so what I want you to do now is just close your eyes for a second. So look at the colors there, the blue and the turquoise, and close your eyes. And then just imagine for a moment just swimming in a vast ocean of consciousness connected to the wisdom of all beings. And you can even imagine that you're swimming with a whale or swimming with the dolphins, and you're just swimming there in amongst them all. Just feel that sense of trust in your own inner flow, freedom, and peace. Just feel that within yourself for a second and then bringing yourself back into the space around you. Okay, so it's just about feeling the feelings of what you want to feel because by feeling the feelings, you invite in the actual experience. The Buddhic Bliss bottle came up next for you, which was bottle 19 that you selected, and this was magenta over gold. And this is the frequency that I want you to imagine just surrounding your entire field. Okay, so magenta and gold, and then I just want you to affirm to yourself, I am loved, I am powerful, I am whole. I am
I
loved, I am powerful, I am whole.
I am loved, I am powerful, I am whole. I am loved, I am powerful, I am whole. I am loved, I'm seeing vines growing. I am powerful, I see a lion. I am whole, I see a Buddhist monk.
Good.
I am loved, I am powerful, I am whole.
Exactly. You are loved, you're powerful, you're whole. And then you chose the rose, which is G32, which is sparkly rose pink over silver. And this one, I just want you to imagine that these colors are gently resting in your heart now. Just feel that beautiful rose pink and silver in your heart. And then I want you to just surrender your perfectionism and open to unconditional self-approval. So surrendering your perfectionism, just imagine surrendering that and then just opening yourself up to unconditional self-approval. Okay. And then the lilac pearl. So this moves to crown and the aura. So the lilac pearl, this soft lilac mist releases grief, softens control, and brings peace to your nervous system. So that's what the lilac pearl will do. So it moves from the crown to the aura, releases grief, softens your control, and brings peace back to your nervous system. So the lilac pearl comes in there. The platinum angel of oneness was the other bottle that you chose. And this, I want you to imagine shimmering platinum light expanding from your heart to your entire field, dissolving fear and restoring unity. Okay. So just visualize that shimmering platinum light all the way around your body, shimmering platinum light all around your body. And it's expanding from your heart to your entire field, dissolving the fear and restoring unity.
Did you spray that one?
And here's the platinum angel.
That's interesting. I got this very, very st different image when you sprayed it.
What did you receive?
You sprayed it and I saw this image that I am completely covered in leaves, but I'm covered in blades of glass.
So what do you think that means?
There's a ton of resistance to me taking in that essence. In the sharp, it's almost like the leaves are inviting and they're nurturing, but all the little blades of glass is almost like it was almost worn like uh chainmail, except
Mhm.
for it wasn't chainmail, it was made out of little sharp pieces of glass. It was almost like uh protection over protection of self.
So what do you need to
Wariness.
bring in to release the shards of glass, the chainmail made of shards of glass? What do you need to bring in to release that, to let go of it?
Well, I'm being told really strongly on an essence bottle.
Okay, so which one? Out of the ones that you've chosen, is it Magic, Raphael, Power, or the Platinum Angel?
Not Platinum Angel, could you take that one away? All right, we're left with Raphael, Magic, and what's the name of the last one?
Power.
It's not Raphael. It's Power. I actually asked it a few times.
Okay. So power and magic, they integrate the solar plexus and the sacral. So the magic brings in play and the power restores your sovereignty. So this is about you restoring your sovereignty. Okay, this is the power essence. So just breathe in the power essence. It's about restoring your sovereignty, reminding yourself of your personal power, your personal power.
And bringing that in will help me overcome everything.
It helps you to release the chainmail that is resisting, dissolving fear and restoring unity. So now you can release the chainmail. Now you can let it go.
I felt, yeah, I took it off of me.
Good.
It felt like that was the way to do it, and I just feel like leaves and little vines around me, but it's a good thing.
Okay, so then just imagine the platinum angel of oneness again, shimmering platinum light expanding for your heart to your entire field, dissolving fear and restoring unity. And now you can allow that to take place. Okay, good. And then finally, the Archangel Raphael. This is your resistance bottle. Um, I want you to just imagine that's placed on your heart and then just breathe compassion into your resistance. So breathing compassion into your resistance and affirm to yourself, I allow myself to receive healing with ease.
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 And I allow myself to receive healing with ease.
I allow myself to receive healing with ease.
There you go. And then open your eyes and just know that Archangel Raphael is now able to help. Okay, so no more resistance around Raphael. Okay.
All right.
So the next part of this is to do an emotional integration and your generator activation. And here we're going to anchor the shifts through your generator body and your emotional authority. So I'm going to just ask you now just to tune into your sacral response and just notice how your body feels when it says yes. So I want you to feel that sense of expanse and warmth when your body feels the answer yes. And with no, it may feel tight or closed. Okay.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. So just notice how your body feels when. So say for example, I'll give you an example. Manny says to you, let's go downtown to eat tonight. What's the response?
I have a tightness. I have a tightness because even when I go downtown with my parents, my mind thinks, "Oh, it's so far." My mind judges distances differently than other people, and
Okay.
I don't know why. It
So
just does.
so where in your body do you feel that no? Where do you feel that tightness and that closedness?
My stomach, my neck, my upper back, my jaw, my nose, my face is even wrinkled up as well.
Okay, so that's how you know that it's a no. All right, that's your sacral response, and that's how a generator responds. So when
Oh,
your body feels that,
I do it like this. I ask questions and I take a loop, and it is so true. And if I pull and the answer, like I've asked, does my, uh, I ask a question where I definitely know the answer to it and I can't unlock it. But if I ask another question, like, do I like olives like that? Because I think they're disgusting. Steps like that. So this solar plexus seems to be the same type of thing,
exactly,
activity.
it's the same thing. And now I want you to just close your eyes, right? And then I'm going to ask you another
Sorry, Hayden.
question. So, what does your body feel like when you have a nice meal, either just down the road in a nice restaurant with Manny, or you have a nice dinner at home together? How does your body feel?
Well, I'll start with the one down the road. I kind of feel a little proud of myself. I can imagine us in Elma, so we're a bit out of my comfort zone. We are on the road where I would go adventure driving by myself or with Manny, and I'm happy to be there. Had a lovely meal, and it is inspiring me to drive a little farther. I've enjoyed his company. We laughed about stuff. I got to take him to a restaurant I wanted to show him. Now I'm sort of inspired to tell him, "Hey, let's go for a drive. Maybe I can make it even farther than I did before." That's how I'm feeling. Having a meal at home, it's giving me a tiny bit of tightness because it's telling me I've enjoyed having dinner at home with Manny, but now I'm kind of wondering if he's going to ask me a question that's going to make me feel uncomfortable of, "Hey, well, could we do this tomorrow?" Or, "Hey, could we do this later?" Um, but if he doesn't ask me that, then I don't mind. If he doesn't ask me that, I don't mind going exploring with him. But it's not making me want to go as far as when we went out to the restaurant down the street.
Okay. So you can tell the difference now between the yes response in your body and the no response in your body.
Yes, correct.
Okay, good. So then I want you to just place your hands on your sacral center. Okay. And I want
Solar
you
plexus, sacral.
on your sacral. So it's like
Oh,
slightly,
okay.
yes, it's slightly lower down than your solar plexus. It's where your
Yes,
orange
that's fine.
energy is. And then
Yes.
I just want you to affirm to yourself now, I respond to life with clarity, not control.
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 Okay, and then I just want you to now feel your emotional wave. So not suppress it. And we're just going to use the lilac pearl essence to ease through the peaks and troughs. So feel the emotional wave, don't suppress it. Feel the lilac pearl essence just easing through the peaks and the troughs, the peaks and the troughs, the peaks and the troughs. And we're just going to hum through that. So just want you to start humming to release the energy from your throat and your solar plexus. Just hum, release the energy now through from your throat and your solar plexus, just humming in a way that you feels right, or making a sound that you feel is right, that you need to release this from your throat and your solar plexus. That's good. Keep doing it, releasing it through your throat and through your solar plexus, using that sound. Okay, until you feel that that is done. And you may want to sing. You remember your ruling three is about expression through creativity. Channel your feelings into writing, singing, or colorful art. Okay, that's the way to do this. To channel your feelings into writing, singing, and colorful art. So you might want to paint a picture, express that. Your day number five, remember, this is all about embodying freedom through movement or dance. So you may even find that you want to dance around, move your body, making noises, and just allow that expression to take place. Freedom and expansion is what your main themes are.
Interesting. I've wanted to dance all day and was actually literally the first thought. I had a song. It was about dancing stuck in my head from the moment I woke up. So it's interesting. I think I
Hmm.
will dance. We have just a few slight minutes. I think we finished everything, correct?
We've just got to do a closing and anchoring next.
Okay, a closing and anchoring. Okay.
Okay, so remember that as well, that you've got to, this year specifically, it's all about practicing empowered choice. So notice when you give your power away to fear, and then you've got to choose again. All right.
So
So,
how do I make sure I don't give my power away to fear?
so just notice when you're doing it. Just start observing when you are giving your power away to fear. All right.
Okay.
And then choose something else.
Yeah. Um,
Now, to seal the session and set the your intentions here, I just want you to envision platinum and magenta light now just spiraling through your aura, and this is anchoring heaven on earth within you. So platinum and magenta life spiraling all around your aura and affirming to yourself, I am calm within the storm.
I am calm within the storm.
I trust my feelings.
I trust my feelings.
I trust my timing.
I trust my timing.
I trust myself.
I trust myself.
I am calm within the storm.
I am calm within the storm.
I trust my feelings.
I trust my feelings.
I trust my timing.
I trust my timing.
I trust myself.
I trust myself.
Okay. And then I want you to, after today's session, I want you to journal. Where do you still believe control keeps you safe? All right.
Okay, that's a great question.
Yeah. It really is at the crux of all of this. Where do you still believe that control keeps you safe?
Yeah.
All right.
I had is it okay if I have a quick question for you?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Go for it.
Um, uh, Well, I had two quick questions, but I don't know if we have time for the second one. But my first quick question to you is, um, you're talking about, with Manny, that thing of if he wants to at the last minute go downtown and go to a club, or go downtown or go with a friend or whatever he wants to do. I'm not controlling him, but um, what if it were like I simply can't get a ride back? Should he be a good friend and be like, you know what, forget it, we'll just go back together. We'll just do as we planned.
We see it's about you accepting the duality within him and not judging it. Because the chances are, you've known him for 21 years, he's gonna go, well, I want to go downtown. And so it's about trusting yourself, trusting your timing, and trusting your own feelings, and knowing that you are safe. It's about where do you still believe that control keeps you safe?
Yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah. I, s- I do. I still just it's hard. The control thing is very challenging for me. I just still feel like why can't he just simply do something like we go to Lancaster, we go to a play, we go to the shops, we come back together. It would be me doing something outside of East Aurora for once, and me still having just that control of let's just not change the schedule. Why do we have to change the itinerary? If we're both happy with the itinerary, why does it have to change at the last minute?
So where do you still believe that control keeps you safe?
Probably because he tells me if your parents can't pick you up or your neighbor, whoever, take a lift back, well, that's not always the safest option for a woman, especially at night, even with my martial arts skills. At the end of the day, I don't know you. You could be a crazy murderer. He told me that. He goes, and what are the chances of that happening? I go slim, but not 0%.
So
Getting in a car with somebody you don't know. At the end of the day, yeah, you don't know if they criminal background check these people, and there have been cases, really, really dire cases.
so that's where you still believe that control keeps you safe.
Yes, correct.
Okay. And it's basically it's based around not trusting others.
Yes, because there's been cases of extremely dangerous taxi or Lyft drivers,
Hmm.
who've been criminally charged and they took people's trust away. The other thing too is I tell Manny, if we were to do something in the daytime where I know for a fact that Barb is still awake, my old neighbor, or my mum is still awake and hopefully not intoxicated, they'll come to pick me up. But the problem is sometimes he wants to be out. They're not going to come it's 10 o'clock right now here. Nobody is going to be coming at 10 o'clock at night. And that's the problem. Sometimes he doesn't want to go out till late. So, well, why can't we do it in the daytime? So if anything occurs, you wait with me until somebody can pick me up at a more proper time.
So then I want you to practice then your sacral check-ins, when fear arises. So
Yeah.
ask yourself, do I feel a yes or a no in my body? Knowing as a generator, you'll get that tightness and that coldness if it's a no. And if
Yeah.
it's a yes, you'll feel warm and tingly. So I want you to practice that because then you'll know whether your body is going yes, Say, for example, you have to get a taxi back one night and you get that feeling of, oh, yes, it's fine because you've got that response. Or if you get a no, then you can trust that. So
Yeah.
it's almost like practicing those things and knowing that you are, the power in your
They,
own life.
yeah, they have it where you can request women only drivers,
Yeah.
and that would make me a million times more comfortable, but
Mm.
there is far fewer women drivers than there are men. My second question to you, because I don't think we have time, you probably have another session or want to spend some time with Mark, but um, could you at least send me pictures of the cards? I've been feeling since before the session that I want to take a look at the cards and really resonate with one. I know I had the anchor last time, and before that I had that green emerald one with the woman who has the red hair. But when I was in the bathtub earlier and getting out of the tub and making myself dinner, I just felt this shift, a very, very powerful shift in needing a different card. We obviously don't have time to go through a card, but if you could either show me quickly or email me, um, I kind of just really want to resonate for the rest of the night and for the next several days on a card, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, of course. So what I'll do is what I'm going to do is I'll send you through um an email that's just confirming what we've covered off today and gives you some practices to follow as you move through. I'll share the screen with you with the codex cards
Sure.
and um
And I have to really start journaling because we've worked together for quite a few sessions now, so I have plenty of homework to do over the uh, North American autumn and winter.
yeah. You do. And remember as well, you've got the learning portal as well that you can access where you can start learning all about these cards through the Oversoul
Yeah.
Codex Collective. And that's, there's so many activations and so much wisdom embedded within the cards that you can start learning, sort of outside of sessions as well. And that's only
And
$33, you know?
right, I noticed that as well. That's an option as well. And also just my numerology report, just rereading it again with fresh eyes because I'm sort of looking for like, when is this all going to be over? But as you know, for this month, we've really, really uncovered a lot.
A
Um,
lot.
and that's one problem too, is that I would rush it. And that's another reason why here we are 3 years later, still working on it, because instead of letting myself heal in a normal state, I was trying to rush through healing so that I could get back to do things with Manny.
Mhm.
Does that make any sense?
Of course. Yeah, you can't rush healing. It happens when you're
Was
ready.
I was rushing it because, and then when I was rushing it, I'm getting frustrated and he's getting frustrated because nothing is changing. Until I realized when working with you, especially these past few sessions, there was a lot to unpack that had nothing to do with, like we did forgiveness, we did trust, all of that. Anyway, I didn't think I was going to be so chatty tonight. I apologize.
Okay, so these are the cards. So have a look through them. And then what I'll do is if you pick one of the cards and I'll screenshot it and I'll send it through to you in the email. So
Okay,
just
thank you.
it's okay.
Maybe 22, but I'm not sure yet. Definitely not that one. Interesting. Go back to 7 for a second. It told me subconsciously I'm ready for it, but consciously I'm still having resistance. But it's saying it as a yes. So number 4 and number 7 are both yeses.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, number 2 as well. I didn't think I was going to get more than one card, to be honest with you. 2. Is it normal to get so many cards?
Yeah.
5. Dang, if I had known, we could have done a whole freaking session on cards.
There's a lot of healing required for everybody though.
4. Hold on. I got a maybe, then I got a no. So I'm gonna say no to that one. Oh, I got a lot of resistance to this one. Not just a no, but a ill, no, 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 ill, gross, no. So
Okay,
number 5, big time resistance.
and it was number 22 as well, wasn't it?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so I'll send those in the email with you as well, and you can just reflect upon those, and that's something to bear in mind for maybe for the next session that we do. Yeah.
Sure, sure. Yeah,
All right, brilliant. I'll make sure that that gets sent through to you then,
yeah.
and then start. Yeah, and then just reach out when you're ready to move forward onto the next thing. Okay.
Okay, yeah, it'll be quite some time just with finances, and also I'm gonna really integrate everything we've learned and you've taught me and everything. So I really think I want to take the next few months and through the end of this year and really do my homework and in everything you've told me to do and taught me and integrate it as well with the sound healing that I do.
Brilliant. Okay, that sounds great. All right, well, I'll catch you whenever it is then, Megan. Yeah.
Yes, but I will wish you Merry Christmas, though, or Happy Christmas.
Okay, Megan. I'll catch you soon. Bye for now.